Okay. Something that I've been watching for the last few days. I don't know how many people pay attention to Ebola. Um, Also known as hemorrhagic fever. Uh, it's a pretty serious disease. No, I shouldn't even say disease. It's a virus. Um, of all the things that threaten this world, war, terrorism, poverty, you name it, the one that's probably going to be the biggest threat to the human race and could possibly cause extinction is going to end up being something biological, like a virus. Ebola is one of the nastiest ones I've seen out there. There's currently an outbreak going on in Western Africa, mainly focused around three countries: Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. There have already been 330 deaths, and they're anticipating that this is going to be the worst outbreak to date. It's being labeled as totally out of control by the Doctors Without Borders group. I can't remember his name, but the director of operations for the group, I think he's in Belgium or some such. He's recommending that other governments need to send experts and need to increase the education on how to stop the spread of the disease. It's always one of the key things is knowledge is power in this case. Well, what is Ebola? I mean, it's hemorrhagic fever. It's something that was identified in Africa first. A lot of people believe it came from something developed within monkeys or primates of some sort. But what does it do? Okay, if you contract it, you're going to suffer from a number of symptoms. I mean, the common symptoms that seems like everybody infected with it get are fever, headache. You're going to get aches in your joints and muscles. You're going to experience a lot of weakness. You're going to dehydrate because you're going to vomit. You're going to have diarrhea. You're going to have intense stomach pain, and you're not going to have an appetite. So pretty miserable just right there. Then a lot of the other people, they get rashes. There's something, I think they're called Patakia. I might not pronounce it right, but it's something indicative of this disease. Your eyes will redden. You'll have trouble with your esophagus, where you might be coughing, you might have the hiccups. It's going to be sore. You're going to get pain in your chest. You're not going to be able to breathe very well or swallow very well, and you're probably going to suffer from internal bleeding, if not, and if you already have any wounds on the outside, you might have some external bleeding as well. This is a nasty son of a bitch. The symptoms don't appear right away. I mean, it depends on the strain, but it's been logged anywhere from 2 to I think it was 21 days, like 3 weeks. However, it's somewhere in the middle. I believe it's a week and a half is roughly what where they expect to see the symptoms show up. Just because you get it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to die. Now, they don't know why it kills some people and doesn't kill others. It seems like it hits so fast and so hard once the symptoms show up that a lot of times it overwhelms the immune system, and the immune system doesn't have time to develop the antibodies necessary to fight it. I believe it goes to the term deep end of the gene pool. There are some people out there that their bodies are just naturally resistant to diseases and sickness, and they develop antibodies really quickly to offset anything they do happen to contract. The thing that gets me about this whole story is the fact that they are pretty much begging for help. Why are we not making this a priority? We're willing to go into Afghanistan, Iraq, anywhere we have economic interest. We always use the excuse and talk about humanitarian interests. Yet, this isn't the story that's leading the news. Hell, I think I had the TV on earlier, and I don't think I saw anything about this in the news. This should be the lead story in the news every freaking day. It's sad. I guarantee if it happened here in America, we'd be all over it. Other countries, the same thing. If it happened in their country, they'd be all over it. But the world's become apathetic. I know I always mention the fact that America's become apathetic and its citizens have become apathetic, and that's part of our problem that we're having over here. However, I don't think it's just us. Much like a virus, I think it's infected the entire world to some degree or another. And a lot of people, they'll talk big, they'll preach big, but everybody just cares about what's in their own backyard. So, personally, I think we need to do something about it. Earlier, I wrote a letter to my congressman. I wrote a letter to my, well, I shouldn't say. I wrote a letter to my congressman, and then I cut and pasted the same letter, put a different header on it, and I sent it to my state representative. Why? Because I think this is something that we need to address. For all the foreign crap we get involved in, this is the one we should be. This is the one that would be true humanitarian. It disgusts me that I guarantee there are people who watch this, and they're either going to turn it into a racist type deal about why we shouldn't go, or they're going to try to explain in their own words why we shouldn't go. It has nothing to do with legitimate reasons why we shouldn't go. It's apathy, it's greed, it's lack of, it's short-sightedness, lack of foresight. So for all those who don't think we should be involved in this, shame on you. Your idiocy is showing through. If we are going to make a difference in this world, we have to choose the right fights. Well, I'm coming off my soapbox, so peace out.